What's up, everybody? Welcome to Wednesday. I guess it's the end of Wednesday. Have you got your stuff figured out yet, Jake?
Yes, I think so.
I was like, you look like you're still trying to figure out what's going on with your camera.
Yeah, no, I have no idea. I think it's actually OBS that's screwed up on me.
Oh, okay. If we're having technical difficulties, guys, it's just, I don't know, full moon or something. It's one of those weird days today. But we have two very awesome people on the show tonight. We have Bubby FPV and his mom, FPV Mama. And it's actually the first time they're appearing together in an interview. And Stacy is actually in Hawaii on vacation right now. So she did us a huge favor by coming to the show. So we definitely have to appreciate her for that. And because of it, we're going to be a little bit shorter than our normal time, just because I want to let her, enjoy the palm trees and vacationing that she gets to do. So welcome to FPV Mama and Bubby.
Hey guys.
How's your week going so far, Bubby, with your mom being away so you don't have to deal with her?
It's pretty good. Yeah.
What? Is it a vacation for you too?
It is.
No, I know you guys have a close relationship, which is a huge part of why I thought you guys would be great on the show, and Jake and I talked about it, right? And you're very wholesome. Like that whole standard, like a wholesome vibe that you hear of is honestly what I think of with you guys and what I see with you both being such positive members of the community. So before we even get into anything, thank you for being positive members of the community, because we need more people like you guys to help spread FPV and make it a positive space for everyone.
Oh, that's so nice. Thanks. It's been an amazingly positive experience for us. People are just so nice. So, I mean, it's an interesting community, but we've had nothing but positive experiences. So
when did you guys get into the hobby? Like, Bubby, when did you first get into drones?
So I started planes. I did RC planes before I did drones and stuff like that. But at my sister's second birthday, there was this guy that was flying an FPV drone, and I was like, whoa, what the heck is that? So I approached him, and I basically spent the whole day with him, just watching him fly his drone. And from there,
and then you were hooked.
Yeah, and I got one, and then flew.
And for me, it was like the best thing ever, because he used to fly these RC planes that were like these huge wingspans, and we'd have to borrow like a van or something to transport them to like a plane, whatever, airport thing. And so it was just such a big production every time we needed to take him to fly a plane. So this was super cool because it's small and,
So you weren't worried at all when he was like, I'm going to get out of planes and go straight into drones?
Yeah, I was worried because he wanted to solder stuff. And he was like, well, how old were you? 13 going on 14. And don't have any kind of engineering background, or, I soldered jewelry, but I thought he was going to burn my house down. So the only thing I could think of was we have a friend that is like super, techie, and I made him go to him and basically learn how to solder and go through like a safety training. And then we had a friend, Randy Welsh, Tree Magnet on YouTube, and he basically kind of like through Messenger, like Caleb would solder something and then he would send him a picture and is this right? And that was kind of his journey. But I was worried about him burning the house down, and
I feel like that's a valid concern.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yet, huh?
I probably almost have a couple times.
I was going to say, did you have close calls or?
Nothing too close. I had a lipo smoke outside, which was good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, not inside, thank God.
Did you crash and it smoke, or did it just, you plugged it in and it just started smoking, or what happened?
So this was like before I knew anything about lipo safety really, and it was a battery that was clearly a damaged cell, and I was outside just flying it, and I thought my voltage meter thingy on the OSD was wrong. And then when I landed, it was smelled sweet and was smoking. I was like, uh-oh.
It got more nerve-wracking when he started to get a little more confident, because in the beginning he was very careful, everything was textbook. But then when he started watching YouTube videos, I could like combine these two things and kind of like Frankenstein parts. And he would say, well, Joshua Bardwell said this, and I don't know how to verify him. And so it was just like I would get nervous that what he was doing wasn't right. But I thankfully now at this point had friends in the FPV community that were like, yeah, he's fine, he's cool, whatever. So there was a lot of trust in people I just met to not,
Did you guys both find though that everyone was like super welcoming to you, or did you ever feel like it was difficult to get a connection with people?
Everyone's been super nice. Like, I haven't had any suspect experiences with anyone that I've met in this hobby, which is really cool.
And what about you, Stacy?
Yeah, no, it's been overwhelmingly positive. People are so kind. We've had some things that have been a little shady, but I don't think didn't have to. I don't know how to explain it, but we've had a couple situations where I wondered about people's motives a little bit, but that came later. By that point, we had a village of people that were just like kind of helped us navigate through things. But mostly people are just really helpful, because it's a very technical like thing. And so it's been fun to get to know things. Caleb always would have to, when I was funding it, he would have to explain the cost of everything and why he was choosing something over another. And, we really learned together, and a lot of that came from referrals from people giving us, advice. So it was, yeah, everybody's been really great. So we haven't had any negative.
So you just said when you were funding it. Does that mean Bubby funds his own hobby now?
Oh, I don't fund anything. Nothing.
That's
he got
amazing,
cut off
though.
like a year ago. He was cut off. But
it's an expensive hobby. I get it.
Yeah, always breaking.
No, he had to work in my office we fund, like maybe up to a certain point. But then when he needed more parts, like he was really motivated not to crash. But he still wanted to try things. But anytime he crashed, he would be down because I wouldn't give him the money for it. So he started working and he was cleaning offices and stuff like that to just, buy parts. But it was really good because I think it motivated him not to crash, but still he's a kid. So he still was trying to fly hard and he just figured out how to do it,
It helped that I flew at parks a lot at that time. Like I was only flying trees. So breaking stuff wasn't as much.
Yeah, absolutely. Though, I mean, I've seen you're flying now, and I feel like I'm not sure if you break things more now or if you're just that insanely skilled that you look like you don't break anything ever.
Oh, I break so much stuff. I feel kind of bad about how much stuff I break. Like when I go to, I think one of my last flight videos, 100% flow, I broke like 2 flight controllers, 2 ESCs, 4 motors.
Oh my goodness.
2 GoPros, and then other stuff it's just little stuff. Yeah.
Was that the last flight video in Florida?
Yeah.
But he was being pushed to just fully send it though, because we were there for several days and, he hadn't really broken anything. Right. And we were literally about to get on an airplane. We had to leave there and I think he had 2 hours at that spot. And so they're like, break everything. It's fine. We're done. We're not flying anymore. Yeah. But you tell them what your sponsors, they tell you to break stuff. So
yeah. So who are you sponsored by currently?
So I have Woodchuck FPV. They make the Wasp frame, CNHL, HQ, Hype Train, and Rotor Riot.
That's amazing though. Like that's huge. Like how many years have you actually been doing this?
Drones, just about 3.
So in 3 years, you've become extremely well known in a very positive way, and you're sponsored. Like that's a huge accomplishment. That's huge. I hope that you realize that honestly, though. Like I don't think you realize how much you have honestly achieved in such a short amount of time.
Yeah. Crazy. A lot of. I need to just one day just take a look back on memories of FPV and stuff like that.
You should do like a review video like we kind of did with Bot Grinder 2 weeks ago, where you look at your old footage and talk about like remembering where you were when you first started versus now.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
And then, so you mentioned briefly there, thanks to your mom. So how helpful has your mom been in all of this?
Basically, like 100% super helpful. Like, it's the only reason I think anyone kind of knows who I am is because in the beginning, she posted all my stuff in the Rotorite Facebook group, and that I'm not allowed to have Facebook, or was at the time. So like she was posting stuff for me, which is awesome, and I was seen there.
Because he was too young. He was 13 and he didn't have social media and,
Yeah, absolutely.
A protection thing. He's good now, but now he just doesn't like social media. So,
sorry guys, Jake's frozen. People are asking, they're like, Jake hasn't blinked in 7 minutes. Jake froze again. Jake's having issues with his system, guys. Sorry. I'm sure he'll be back soon. It looks like it's still frozen, but when he pops back in here, we can add him. There's a couple highlighting comments I like to add in here. Like Risky Biscuit says, you're the most humble dude in the hobby.
Thank
which
you.
is amazing. And there was another one up here I just saw. Where did that one go? Experimental RC says you were lit back in the day. So I guess even when you first started, because maybe the planes gave you an advantage, or did you find like a big learning curve when you transitioned from the planes to the drones?
I thought it was pretty easy. I flew in angle mode and I flew line of sight to start with. So I don't know. I don't really remember the transition of going from angle to acro to in the goggles. I don't really remember that too much.
And what's your current setup? Like, what do you fly as your regular flying?
I'm gonna grab my drone.
Yeah, I get it.
So I have the Woodchuck FPV Wasp frame. It is like, I don't know, like out of all the other frames I've tried, it just flies better. Like, not to throw shade in any other frames, but it just flies really good. I have the Hype Train Ledrib motors, the T-Motor F35 amp, individual ESCs. I'm running a Maytech PDB and the DJI Air unit, and HQ 5.1 by 2.5 by 3 props. So super low pitch.
So you're still running individual ESCs?
I switched from 4-in-1s because I kept popping 4-in-1s, and it was just like, I have to replace all these solder joints, and I'm like, I'm tired of this. So like individual ESCs are just more durable in my opinion.
Dude, that's awesome. Good for you. And oh my goodness, my camera is, I don't know what's going on with OBS. I'm going to keep the goat up though. Is that okay?
That's fine.
Jake is just going to be a goat today in general. Like, that's all you get.
He is the goat.
Totally goat show. And it's not even my camera. I don't know. It's OBS. Something's going wonky. But guess what I can still do?
What?
I can still play Bubby's footage.
Okay, good.
Yeah. I forgot to say
the spoiler. The spoiler's coming up.
It's the batteries, okay, and the spoiler. I'm honestly convinced that this 3D printed spoiler right here makes the drone fly like 10 times better. Like I think that's the secret. I haven't revealed the secret yet, but I think the spoiler is the secret.
Really, eh?
For real.
I've seen you commenting about it on a few pages, and I've seen some people talking about it, and you genuinely find it makes a difference, and it's not just extra weight for you.
It just looks cool.
Tell them about your camera angle. That's funny because it's real. It's a real thing.
24.68 degrees on my GoPro and 22.68 degrees on my FPV camera. So the FPV camera is just a little bit lower than the GoPro. And I find like if you guys are going to Rampage and you are spectating me in the goggles, sometimes you notice that with my flying, my FPV camera is tilted just a little bit at the ground, so my GoPro is a little bit higher to compensate for that.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I think we've had a couple of people commenting on the whole GoPro thing lately, and I think it definitely depends if you're flying cinematic or if you're flying just freestyle, flippy floppy, crazy, right? But I think everyone's opinion, it's amazing how we can hear such different opinions, but they're all similar. Everything kind of lines up to you want to have your camera angle as close to your GoPro angle as possible, which makes sense because otherwise when you're filming, it's just completely off, which I made that mistake when I was new, and it sucks because you get home, you're all excited. You're like, I just chased a go-kart. I had him in frame the whole time. And then you realize your GoPro was like not even close to where your camera was.
Yeah. Yeah.
A couple of people are saying, yeah, 20 degrees all day. Vamp says it. a few others. Since they already brought up Rampage, do you guys want to talk about Rampage quickly?
Sure, everybody needs to come.
So you are going, obviously, to Rampage.
Yes, we are
For
both.
sure. Yeah, we're both going.
And what
So-
are you looking forward to the most with Rampage?
I'm looking forward just to talking to people. Like, so I have a Young Rippers Discord channel server for people under 20 to just come hang out and chill. And like 7 people in the Discord are going to Rampage, and I just cannot wait to meet them. Like, it's crazy how much I just want to talk to them in person.
Are they more racers or freestyle?
Freestyle pilots, I think mostly freestyle.
That's
Yeah.
awesome though, because
Yeah.
it's such a positive thing that we're seeing so many younger kids coming into the hobby now.
Mm.
Because like I love the video though where Bardwell calls you out and is like, just stop it, Bubby. Like you are making all of your elders look bad. What is wrong with you? Just stop. Because it's insane how good you are. Like it really is. I know that one video I think really opened a lot of people's eyes, and I know Jake's playing this one here. Where was this one that you did?
So this one was at a place called Bars in Florida. Yeah, I don't know too much about the spot. I was kind of just thrown in a truck and ended up there.
Just thrown in a truck.
Thrown in a truck and ended up there, and said let's rip. Yeah.
That's pretty much what Florida's like when we go and he films with Rotorite. They just throw him in a truck and he goes where they go.
Which one were you thinking of there, Kat?
So the Rotor Riot Rampage teaser video, I think it's is it the Bubby Flow or no? You shared it after. Oh, I think it's that one that says Rampage on it.
There's Rampage on it. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
The one that blew up was the Bubby Flow one.
Really, eh? Because I thought this one, like, you did some stupid, crazily insane things here. Like, where is it?
I don't know what's
It was
going
showing
on
the
my
goat
computer.
for a second.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like,
It's
Our goat
subliminal
can't be
messaging
wrong.
the goat.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
I don't even know. What's your favorite spot you've flown so far, Bubby?
Oh man. Probably underground.
Why did you like it?
I don't know. It's probably because I saw Drew's video from there, and that's like still like my favorite FPV video of all time. So like probably just a mental thing, but like I don't know. I just love that spot. It's just fun. Yeah.
How many flights did
Stacy-
you get into this with all this metal around before you actually had an awesome flight, or were you just like boom bam, I'm done?
So I think I got like 40 batteries for this video.
Holy.
Yeah, because I woke up. So I think we were only there like 3 days. So I woke up the last day super early to get a bunch of packs in because I wasn't happy with what I got earlier. I think that was your question. I don't know.
No, that was definitely my question.
Okay.
I
cool.
think
back to
Jake's
you
just
said-
watching the video in awe, and I was
I
replying
am,
to the
I
chat.
am a little bit. It kind of makes me mad. How old are you
Right?
again?
That's why Bardwell's like, stop it when you watch this video.
How old do you get,
So-
Bobby?
I'm 16.
16. And yeah, I'm just gonna shut up. This is crazy.
Stacy, what's your favorite place that you get to take Bubby for flying?
My favorite place is more emotional. It's just meaningful. Is the place where he did the
I think dive.
goodbye DJI video. The story it's like what a lot of things have happened there. It was where he first tested like the HD system with concrete, and he came out with this really crazy flight video that got so much attention, and people like from all over the world started sending him money. They were like, you need to keep the FPV system, the HD system. And I didn't really know he was that good until I saw the community basically say he was, because I didn't have any reason to know that he was very good. But I knew when I saw that flight video, I was just in bed, and he came over and he's like, Mom, should I edit anything? I'm like, no, this is perfect, because I saw it and it made me feel, it just moved the needle for me on his progress. So it was fun. So that place is special. Plus it's kind of like our home place where our friends, where we fly with friends. It's one of the local pilot's office park or office building, so it's easy access, and cops come by and they're real friendly. So I'd say that. But bandos are always fun. And, you know, I like to take them to bandos because it's interesting visually and, you know, not boring. Like,
Yeah, it's not just a field. I get that.
it's not just a field. I'm not a big fan of fields. I don't like,
Good
you know,
Lord.
bugs. So.
Jake obviously has not watched enough of your videos yet.
I have not. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like,
Wait,
So
let me make you full
this is,
screen.
mad.
let me tell
Makes
you
me
about
mad.
this. Okay, so this video, he did two. It's like the first one was Goodbye DJI, and then almost a year later, or is it a year later, Bubs, he came back and he did the craziest dive video, and he just kept diving and diving. It just was not stopping. And I was blown away by the flight, and I was like, whoa. And it was amazing that he could get that much better to me in a year, that I would be blown away. So yeah, this is the same spot. This is the special spot. I don't know which one this is. Yeah, this is not even the dive one. That was good then. And if you go look at the most recent one, where I'm looking at what you got there. It's called Dive on the left, the second row, the first one. Yeah, I mean, this is crazy. To me, this is crazy. I don't know how he walked away without breaking everything here.
Did you break anything here?
Whatever. Whatever.
I know.
just keep watching. It's crazy.
I only have 2 quads, so I only.
Okay,
I know I
quit.
broke one. I don't remember what I broke. But
I freaking quit.
I mean, it's nuts. This is one of my favorite videos for sure. And then the other one, I think there was one he had. It was after our dog died, and again, I guess I'm just an emotional person. I don't know, but I could tell that it brought him
You hit the
relief.
wall.
I did hit the wall.
Jake's like, please do something wrong.
Yeah, see, it just keeps going. He just keeps diving, and just it's crazy.
Yeah, sorry, you're
What
saying
did you
about
just do? That?
the video
Oh
with
my
the dog passing, or not with the dog passing, but after.
Yeah, you know, Nyla, she was our Siberian Husky, so beautiful, and she really was Caleb's baby. And she got hit by a car. It was a hit and run right behind our house.
Oh my goodness.
And it was just difficult. And he expressed it, and he really took refuge in flight. And so it was, when I watched it, I felt him, you know, and what he was going through there. And I think that's why I love FPV too so much, is we've met a lot of friends. I think it's a great place for people that struggle with mental health. And I just think that it's like, I don't know, I just love it.
Right?
Yeah, it's a place to escape and, you know, just be in your own zone flying.
So, Bubby,
Absolutely.
I'm not listening to any of the music or anything like that right now, but how much self-expression do you have in these? How much feeling do you put through these? Or are you just straight up, I'm just going to rip and see what looks best?
Are you talking about like flying or like the edit in particular?
Both.
So
Good
when I
Lord.
go out to fly, it's usually just like, usually the first 5 packs are kind of rough, like nothing really good. But after that, like there's just like, you know, the flow state, like it's a mental state you get in when you're just like, no one talk to me, I'm flying, this is fun. Like you're in a whole new world. I don't know. That's what I get when I fly. Like I don't know, but yeah. So like I don't like listening to music when I fly because I feel it takes me out of that flow state, because I'm usually trying to fly to the music, and I can't just be free with whatever I want to do. So music is always added after. Yeah.
Okay. Now that's completely different than me. For instance, I fly with music because the music kind of sets that tone for me, especially if I have like a certain feeling to that music. Good God, man, you are so good.
Thank you.
My drink just exploded, so that's
I
fun.
halfway don't like you right now. No, you're amazing, dude. This is fantastic work.
Thank you.
How long again? I know you said earlier, but how long again have you been flying FPV?
3 years. 3 years, yeah.
Okay, I've been flying for 6 or 7 years now, and
But Bubby's flying 40 packs in one spot in a consecutive, like,
no,
he's not going there and doing like 6 packs.
I should be able to fly a pack or two and get something this flowy. And like, also, dude, it is super amazing that your mom is so darn supportive, because like, if I show this to my friends or family or anything like that, like with me, they're like, oh, cool, whatever.
Yeah.
No, this is like, when I fly, it's self-expression. You know, there's a lot of my heart that goes into those flights, and I don't know.
It's mind-boggling. I know. I think you're just at the loss for words because you're just experiencing it.
I'm upset with you right now, Bubby. I'm upset with you.
It's always funny when we see these comments on YouTube and they're like we hate you but we love you. You know, like that's like we
Yeah,
see
it's like
comments
it's
like that all
super
the time.
impressive, but it's so discouraging when people have tried for so long and they're just not even hitting that. But honestly, I think a lot of people don't even find that flow state you're talking about, Bubby. Like, it's not. I think you just have that gift where you can zone into it and you just really understand how the drone is moving and responding to you. And a lot of people try and find that.
Yeah.
You know what's funny is I just got done the other day watching your guys' monster truck stuff, and I swear to you, I did monster trucks that same day, but here in Billings, Montana, right? I was doing it in an indoor arena, which is still no excuse, but your stuff was stupid awesome, man. I got to give you that for sure.
Which monster? The monster trucks from Road Riot? Those ones?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was fun.
Getting close up, you had some amazing shots, man.
Thank you.
So I think your response,
like, you just go to it.
Is this the crazy one right there? Oh no.
It's coming up, isn't it? The one where you get like right up
Like,
under.
Those
the
freestyle
tandem flippage.
That was really cool.
there's one shot in there that is so amazing where he like tracks with him as he's flipping, and he's like flipping exactly in time, in sync with him. I mean, it's such an incredible shot. I think it's coming up. I'm not sure.
So if you have not chased a dirt bike, you cannot appreciate how hard that really is to do. Like, that is not an easy feat at all, because you're not only dealing with the momentum of the quad that you're still trying to make go forward as the bike is flying through the air and going forward, but you're also rotating it and rotating with the rider. Like, the technicality of that is insane.
There it is, right there.
Now, let me ask you a question. On this edit, did you guys zoom in on like the edit? Because this is ridiculous. Because I never get that close to the riders, and I get some close shots. You know what I mean?
So there's a specific GoPro settings that Drew told us to film in. So we film in 4:3 wide, and that allows us to crop the top and bottom in, so we get a tighter shot of the subject, which in this case is trucks and motorbikes.
Yeah.
I'm making a note of that because I chase dirt bikes every weekend because Rich is always on his dirt bike. So I need that. So it's 4:3 wide and then crop top bottom.
So in like Premiere Pro, make sure your sequence settings are to a normal 16:9, 1080p, whatever. And so it's cool because you can use what are those things called? Like markers or something like that, and you can move the image up and down to have the subject in the center all the time. Keyframes, that's what it's called.
Oh.
Keyframes, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is I should look into Premiere Pro. Is that like the best editing software, do you think?
That's what I use. I mean, I'm sure you could do it with other editing softwares, but that's just what I use.
Premiere Pro, hands down, the best. IMO.
Verdi wanted to know how many times did you crash that day with the monster trucks?
I didn't crash once. The monster truck didn't crash.
So what comment you made earlier that actually bugs me is that Brock asked you how many times a week you fly, and you're like, once or twice a week. Like, you're not even flying every day and you're getting this good. And then we talked to people like Vanover, who literally is flying. I think how many packs a day did he say he flies, Jake? Do you remember?
90.
Yeah, literally 90 a day to stay like on point. So like the little amount of effort you have to do is giving you such insane results that I honestly wonder how much better you'll even be if you're able to commit 2 days a week or 3 days a week or 4 days a week when you start having like summer break and stuff coming up, right?
Yeah. So in like 2 years ago, every day before school I'd fly. So 5 days a week I was flying before school, like 5 packs. So I think that's when I like FPV kind of clicked, like flying kind of clicked for me. And now it's just like if I fly, like I don't know, like if I feel like if I fly a bunch, like I'll almost get like wear it out, like to where like I feel like I'm just keep trying something, but I'm just not gonna get it. I don't know. I don't know if that makes sense.
Bored?
He doesn't even really fly every week, honestly. There's sometimes I go a few weeks, then he doesn't even get to fly because he's so busy with school and music and stuff. So he's in school till almost 5 every day. So he doesn't have, now that it's daylight savings, maybe that'll open up more time again, but
Yeah, that makes it a challenge. What
Yeah.
do you do for music, Bubby?
Oh, music. So there's this one artist called Scott, and I've like if basically like every single one of my recent videos has been something from her. There's this album called Always Live for Always, I think that's what it is. And like every song in there is like perfect for flow, or at least my style of flow.
Is it music you listen to when you're not flying? Like, is that the type of music you always listen to, or is it just like music you like for drone videos?
I listen to her. I listen to that album a lot. Yeah. But
That's
like
awesome.
so like the songs that I use for a flight video, I don't like listening to them after I post a flight video because I feel tired of that song. I don't know. Yeah. Because I'm editing to it and I have to like listen to it for 2 straight hours. So, yeah.
That makes sense.
So who is
Yeah,
your
that's
FPV
the
idol?
hardest part.
My FPV idol?
Yeah.
Oh, Ledrib, Mr. Drew Camden.
Oh, I knew it was coming. I can
Yeah?
see it in your style, actually, your flights.
Yeah.
They're so flowy, but they're a bit more daring. I think you've surpassed Ledrib. I'm not going to lie to you.
Thank you. I don't know about that, but
So now that you fly with him more frequently and you're sponsored by him and all that, like, how does that feel to you? Like,
it's like the craziest thing ever. Like, I don't know. It just like it's something I never like thought would ever happen. Like to be a part of Rotor Riot. It's like super cool.
that's amazing.
he's going to Florida tonight.
Are you?
Leaving
After
in
the
Yeah.
interview?
yeah,
Yeah,
leaving.
he's leaving in a couple hours to head to Florida. So
Okay, well, that's amazing. Like, thank you guys both because you made some huge like effort to come here tonight, and I really appreciate it.
I think it's fun that we're on 3 different time zones: Hawaii, California,
4.
Canada.
Because
4.
Jake's on a different one too.
Oh wow! So
I'm
I'm
Yeah,
on the
6
Jake's
local
hours
on
time.
Mountain
behind you.
Time.
Okay. Yeah,
I
this
think
is
it's
fun.
Mountain Time. Jabstar says, "Hey guys, not you, Jake." Let's see. We're just looking at some of these messages. We've missed a lot of like little questions and messages
Yeah, no doubt.
because we were just flying through because there's so many
Royal
things we
had a
can
good
talk
one
to you
there.
about.
All Day I Dream About FPV. He had a good one. I like that one.
Where'd it go? If you see it, just ask because I don't see it.
It is up. You had it up for a second. It's the longest comment up there within like the first scroll.
Okay, I'll find it. And then also, Bubby, can you get us a link to that Discord for people that are under 20? We actually have someone watching who really would love to be part of that Discord.
Well, I'm gonna ask that they DM me on Instagram. I don't have the link public anywhere, so they can DM me on Instagram at Bubby FPV, and I'll send you a link.
So there you go, Angel. Find Bubby on Instagram. If you can't, reach out to me, Angel, and I will make sure you get that link after the show. So Adidia wants to know, Bubby, you're so talented and blessed with opportunity. Is FPV something you see yourself doing for the rest of your life? And will your mom be posting any flight videos anytime soon?
My mom will be posting a flight video soon because she has her drone in Hawaii and she's flying that. FPV in the future. I mean, I hope to be flying drones in the future. I think that'd be really fun. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't thought about like the future too much. Like when I'm 40, like I don't know, because I think FPV will be really, really different then. Yeah, I don't know.
I agree. It's changing so much every year that you can't like predict that.
Yeah.
Erica Bandalorian wants to know, what are your rates?
I saw that one. Let me open it. I
Question.
don't have it memorized.
It's
He
okay. I
has
don't
like a
memorize mine
copy
either.
paste ready to go.
Yeah. So my rates.
You knew it. You knew someone was gonna ask you that.
Yeah. My rates are crazy. Like people. Okay. So I'll just say the degrees per second. So on my roll, I have 458 degrees per second. On pitch, I'm at 440 degrees per second, and yaw, I'm at 184 degrees per second. And they're very linear, so I don't like any curves. So basically straight lines.
What?
Yeah.
I was waiting for that.
Yeah, that's like the opposite of
doesn't-
everybody else.
It doesn't look like 400 and something degrees per second because I fly at 900 and something degrees per second, and it some of your flips and tricks look about that.
I think so I get that a lot. I don't know, but I think like my style is like not a lot of fast flips and stuff like in normal flow. So like when you see a faster flip, it probably looks a lot faster than it might actually. I don't know.
I've heard you describe it before as you do this like slow, fast, slow thing to create this like sort of illusion of speed. I don't know. I've heard you say that. I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, that's similar to what I just said, how like my flow is more not sharp turns, it's more smooth. And then when you see a fast flip, it's like, well, that's like fast, but not really.
PJ says it's like low rates, it's like flying a helicopter. So do you think because of you coming from the plane side that maybe that's why you fly the rates you do, because it's more similar to what you're accustomed to?
No, I don't think at all, because when I started, I was at 2,000 degrees per second. I don't like saying that. I was at 2,000 degrees per second, and I was like, this is amazing. But then people were like, your rates are too high, bruh. And I'm like, okay. So then I lowered them to like 700. And I'm like, after I started like flying more challenging spots, like the higher rates just weren't working for me. Like hitting gaps and stuff is like really difficult with higher rates, in my opinion. So like those super low rates that I do fly help with hitting gaps and stuff like that.
Can you type your rates or share them anywhere? Like, are you able to type it out? Or even if you share it to your Instagram later or something, you know what I mean? And we can send people to your Instagram. But I definitely think people want to look at it.
I can drop a link in the chat. And I also have it on my Instagram.
Nice.
Stacy Abshar made a comment that I remember you telling me something about how he does use the full stick. So he's not, I think that's what he's saying, like he can use the lower rates because he uses all of it as opposed to just like these little micro movements.
You can get more precision from the stick.
Yeah. I just noticed that because he was teaching me about that once and did a good job explaining that.
So do you genuinely like the DJI radio, or do you prefer a different radio?
I love that radio. Yeah, it's like the perfect size, and the gimbals on it are huge, so it's like perfect. If I could get Tracer on a Spectrum radio, I would fly Spectrum because Spectrum radios are just awesome. Like they just feel really good.
So I'm listening to the rain, guys, because when we get thunderstorms, because I live in the country, sometimes we lose power and internet. So if I vanish, that's why.
Okay.
Because it just started pouring outside and thundering. So we'll see how that goes.
I can't wait for thunderstorms.
Adidia wanted to know if you ever fly long range.
I don't. I mean, I've thought about it, but I'm like, I don't want to lose my drone, and especially my GoPro. But yeah, I probably will.
The FPV there is a maniac. When it comes to losing a drone, he does not lose a drone, even if it's 2 miles away.
Who is it?
The ADI, like
Adidia.
the Adidas FPV.
Adidia. I'm just always gonna say Adidia.
But yeah, the finding a quad is the hard part. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I think the GPS would help you, and just having a general idea of where you're flying, right? Like if you know, because we've talked to Jed about this actually. If you watch one of our older interviews, because he uses the DJI system and he flies the mountains, and he actually like tree surfs long distance with the DJI FPV setup. And he said, like, he just kind of knows exactly where he's going to fly. He pre-plans the flight path in the sense of, like, knowing the space around it. And then if you go down, you can find it.
Yeah. I don't know. Seems like a long walk to go get it.
I agree. I hate the long walks to go get it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Buzzer is a must, he says.
Yeah, buzzer is a must. That's a good thing too. Meop wants to know, doesn't Drew run Spectrum with Crossfire?
He runs it with Crossfire, but I don't want to run Crossfire. I want to run Tracer.
Because you're doing the closer stuff?
Yeah, I just like I've heard things about Crossfire, like having multipath or not being able to fly with other people, like getting blasted. Like you can get blasted out of the air when you're using Crossfire. Like with Tracer, it's 2.4, so I don't think you can. If that makes sense.
I guess I don't fly with enough people. I've never experienced that myself.
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably possible, just like with even DJI, right, or analog or any of it. I don't know the answer, so I'm not going to comment on it, though, because I don't want to give people the wrong info. I don't want to be like, yeah, that's what it is, and then I have no clue what I'm talking about. So I really don't know the difference, because I just use Crossfire. I have for, I think, 6 months to a year now, so I don't even look at anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah, PJ says he's lazy, too. He also doesn't want to, he doesn't want to go too far.
Yeah.
So what's something you haven't achieved in FPV yet that is like your goal to achieve? Like what's something even this year that you're really trying to achieve?
I want to become an official Rotor Riot pilot.
Do you think it's going to happen?
Hopefully it happens.
Yeah. Is there anything anyone can do to help? Like if everyone starts messaging Drew and telling them that you should be on Rotor Riot, do you think that would help?
I mean, I'm not going to say yes, but go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do it. But, yeah.
I love that. What we're going to do is maybe we'll make a poll on Rotor Riot for you. Like, should Bubby be on Rotor Riot, yes or no, and see what the public vote?
It might be no.
I don't know.
I don't think people are going to vote no. Why would people vote no?
I don't know. Sometimes I worry about him being overexposed. Like, lately I've been seeing more comments about, I don't know. I just, I don't know. I would be nervous about that.
No, you're being a responsible mom, and I love that. I'm not going to lie to you.
You're protecting him. It makes sense.
You don't want that whole Britney Spears thing to happen to Bubby. Right?
I don't think that would though. Like with Britney, what happened was her family exploited her, right? Bubby's got you constantly, it seems like, watching his back, making sure that he's not being exploited in any way. Like you said, making sure people are genuine when they come to you guys with proposals for flying or just things to do. Yeah, like Broccoli says, you're the mama bear.
Yeah, I mean, he's still 16, so he's navigating.
I don't get offended pretty easily, but I'll complain.
That's true.
I'll complain to my mom, but I won't be actually offended.
Has anyone actually said anything negative about you though, or your videos?
I don't think anyone said anything actually negative about my flying. They've said some rude stuff about me. But that's about it. Yeah.
I feel like a lot of it's honestly just your association with Rotor Riot, because there's a huge issue with certain people. It's honestly like I see it like Apple versus Samsung. Like it's literally like that's the same in the drone industry. It's Rotor Riot, and then there's other people that are just extremely anti Rotor Riot, right? And then there's the rest of us in the middle that kind of don't care about either side, and we just like everybody. And I think you're one of those people in the middle, but unfortunately, you're probably getting some of the backlash from some of those negative people, right?
Yeah. I had one guy directly. I don't know. Well, I don't want to get into it. Never mind.
You can totally get into it. You don't have to say who it is, right? So it's more airing out the stuff that you're experiencing that in reality, you shouldn't be going through any of this. So if you talk about it, it's a good thing to bring to light because it's a reality of what you're facing.
Yeah, I guess so. But maybe. I don't know.
It's okay. It's all right if you feel like
you don't have to. Yeah, you don't have to. But yeah, it's completely open if you decide to talk about anything. Don't worry.
It's just like some people like such cowards about it. Like they'll say something rude.
There's a computer, of course.
And they'll block me, and I'll be like, well, I didn't even get to respond to you. Like,
so they're afraid of your response, is what that means.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess so.
They're definitely afraid of you. I think like Jake was saying, people probably see you and they see how good you are, and they're just jealous, and they don't know how to cope with that.
I don't like you at all.
Right?
People are straightforward about it. say it and smile. Right?
That's it though, right? Like they're fake and they're just genuinely envious of how far you've come and how amazing you are now, right?
Dimitri.
Where
No, I
where in
think
the
I'm
world do
pretty
you want to
amazed.
fly that you haven't flown?
There's probably a lot of spots, but I want to go like. Did you see that one flight video from? It was called Madeira or something like that from Ellis Van Jason. That guy's a legend in my book. He had this one cinematic video that's just like crazy, and I'm just like, I don't know. It's like nature. That's like my favorite video of all time. Like I don't even have words to explain
Jake's
it.
trying to find it for you. Well,
You
Jake's
talking
looking
about
for it.
this dude?
Mihop said that he was afraid of you getting hurt climbing on Bando Island with him, and he didn't want your mama bear to mess him up.
I have so
fair.
much stuff to edit from there. I went to Florida and we had some pretty cool adventures at Bando Island. I got a vlog to edit from there.
Which
I have it. I'm
is
lazy.
this the right guy?
Stacy's right. Haters are always going to hate, and you got to let it roll right off.
I tell them just to expect it. We just had a conversation about it the other day. It's like, don't be surprised by just accept it, and it's okay. It doesn't, you don't have to respond in kind. It just is what it is.
Well, the better you get, the more haters you're going to get, unfortunately.
Says he doesn't want to fly long range, but this is where you want to fly.
Yeah.
Oh, that looks cool. I think I've seen part of this. Did they go through that gap that they just showed at the beginning? Like it was like the I don't know what the heck it's called, like a hilly rock island peninsula just sitting there with the hole under it. Is he the guy that went through that? Because I saw a video recently where someone was flying through those arches in the water.
I don't.
The natural bridge.
Pardon, Jake?
You mean that natural bridge?
Is that what that was? It looked like just like a rock formation. Forget who it was, but there was a video where someone was like flying through those. And honestly, I could see Bubby flying through them. Yeah, that right there. Pause it. That gap a second ago. Yeah, there. That one. Yeah, it's not going to do it. Technology hates us tonight. We've already figured that out.
That thing.
Yes, that thing. Would you risk it, Bubby?
Oh yeah, I'd risk it. It's epic. Like, yeah.
Would you power
That was the
loop it
right
or just go
answer.
through it?
Oh,
I'd probably warm up to it. Like I would fly through it a couple times, test my RF, and then go, whee! And then power loop.
That's amazing.
Oh.
maybe on the last day that we're there, we would be there, not on the first day.
Oh
Just
no,
bring
you
a
gotta do it on the
snorkeler.
first day because if you lose it on that first day, you have time to find it.
Yeah, that's
not
true
going
too.
On the ocean. That quad's
In the
gone.
ocean.
Yeah.
I mean, you can lose a quad in the ocean and find it again, apparently. I don't know if you saw Zorro's video. Or, no, it wasn't even Zorro, sorry. It was Bot Grinder, wasn't it? Shoot, now I can't remember which one
Drew
it was.
told us to attach an empty water bottle with like bright colors and then it'll float. But that water, we're not going in there.
I just feel like
That's
fine.
gone. Yeah, we'll just sacrifice it.
What
Vamp
GoPro are you
says
using?
arches in the water are warches. And then Risky wants to know, do you use Hypersmooth in most of your videos?
Oh yeah, totally. It's like, so it what I think Hypersmooth does is it just polishes up smooth flying. Like, so if my quad is acting weird, like it's a little jitter or something, it takes that out. But like I made a video about why I use Hypersmooth and I did a comparison video and it doesn't do anything. At least on the 7, I've flown with the 9 once and I think that corrected some of my mistakes a little bit.
So what are you using right now?
The 7 for Freeso.
I was actually happy when he started using it because he would spend so many hours and get so frustrated trying to, like when he would come back from a great flight and have jello, and he really tried to troubleshoot it for a really long season, and it just affected him. He was always kind of frustrated and angry, like that his flight videos were messed up. So he just got a lot happier after he started using Hypersmooth because the jello wasn't there, and so he was happy with this product at the end of the day. So I was like,
and I don't have to worry about my props being bent a little bit. Like I can just fly.
I agree. I don't like wasting props.
Yeah. Although I did fly this past Sunday, and I tried I'm gonna get it really fast.
Yeah, grab it.
Tried a So the 8's on here, but I don't use it. But I tried a foam couch mount and a Velcro strap, and I didn't use Hypersmooth. And like, if my GoPro didn't eject so much, I'd totally switch to this and not use Hypersmooth because it looked like there was no jello or twitches. I don't know. Something about that foam couch mount.
But then
What?
you
I
found that
didn't even see-
it
can I
kept
see it?
ejecting the camera. Sorry.
Oh yeah, I ejected my GoPro like every crash, which is why I'm not switching to it full time. But yeah.
But
Can
for
you put it to
cinematic,
the camera? I haven't seen it. I want to see it.
yeah, you gotta. If here, I'll make you full screen too, so that you can see it better.
So I have the 8 right on here just for looks, but I usually have the 7 with the Ethics face hugger, and it's literally just those foam feet. That's a good angle. It's literally just the foam feet that go on the bottom of my quad at an angle and a Velcro strap, and it just sits right there. It's kind of loose, but I think the fact that it's a little bit loose is what gets rid of all that jello.
The
stuff.
jello-iness.
Yeah,
Risky wants to know why the 7 over the 8 or 9.
because the 8 is not durable at all. I hate that. I love that. Okay, it's a really good image, but the back screen is just not durable at all. They break easily. And the 9, it's expensive. I don't know. And it's heavy too. Yeah. The 7, okay, but the 7, I think it's the most durable camera, and the Hypersmooth isn't so good that it's correcting my footage a lot. Like, I don't know. That's just my thinking about the camera in particular. Like, I think it's the ultimate freestyle camera.
Mihop says that wasn't a wasp.
No wasp, but
Thanks to
You have to try
Erod.
different things.
yeah, Erod sent me that. It's the Diatone Roma F5. It's just it's a binding fly, and it rips pretty well. It's pretty good.
FP Drew wanted to know if you've looked at the Insta360 Go 2.
Sorry to laugh, but I'm not. It just like I don't know. I don't know. I've seen.
I
a bunch
think
of
3D, the 360s for some people, and some people just hate it. I find it's very like divided, right?
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of those little cameras. Like for little quads, it's cool, but for my 5-inch basher, I think it'd break really fast. Yeah. The session.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the session was the best GoPro.
Yeah.
But fun fact, actually, because this came up in Bot Grinder's Discord today, so I want to share this with people. Currently, if you have a broken GoPro, especially a session, and you call them through the GoPro Plus, which you can sign up for a free trial of, they'll replace it for free because their payment system has been down for like 4 months now. So if you have any broken GoPros, you can actually send it through GoPro Plus, and they're sending them out for free. And if you had a Session 5, they're sending you back a Hero 6 now instead.
What? Okay.
Yeah, I got 2 Hero 6s for free a few weeks ago. So
cool.
that's still going on. So yeah,
I
keep that in mind, anyone with broken GoPros.
I have 2 Session 4s, not a 5.
You can send the 4 in. Actually, I think they've discontinued support on the 4.
That's what I'm thinking too. So really old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They did it 2 years ago when I was sending cameras in, but I think they stopped when they brought out the 8.
Yeah.
Oh Lord, this is cool. Okay, that is a cool spot.
That's my favorite.
Experimental
intense.
says, yeah, that's what he just did. He got a free Hero 6 also.
Oh, nice.
Vamp says the 7 didn't like him, but the 8's been good. Yeah, Experimental says they're only taking the 5s now and above, unfortunately. But,
I have a broken 5.
But yeah, so there you go. You can sign up for a free trial of the GoPro Plus and then send it to them. They send you a shipping label, you send it in, and then they send you the new camera. One thing with the Hero 6s though, guys, make sure you mention to them to send you batteries because they don't automatically send you the battery for the GoPro. They just send the camera, but because it's a 5, it doesn't have the same battery. So you can ask for batteries and they will send you the battery. So just another little random intel for you guys.
How long does that whole process take?
They were actually really fast. I think it was like less than 2 weeks the last time, which was huge. But they have more centers, right? So like mine goes to a center apparently that's only like an hour from my house.
Oh yeah.
Before it used to go further and it would take me like a month.
Oh wow, that's a long time to be without a GoPro. A month.
Well, that's why we always have 2 and we alternate, right? So if one breaks, you send it in and you always have a good one to go.
God, this guy's editing is insane too.
Yeah. That guy's a legend.
Oof.
Mihop, wasn't the 2 different 5s? Yes, there was. wasn't there the 5 and then there's like a 5 plus or something? I know what you mean. We
There's
had
a
it.
session 5 and a regular 5.
Yeah, that was it. I knew there was a difference.
I've had every single one of them. I don't know how many GoPros I've had replaced, but it's a lot. Oops, why'd I do that?
So, what are your hopes for Bubby in this hobby, Stacy? Like, what do you hope he will benefit from now that he's been so into drones?
Honestly, I think I'm super excited at his relationship with Drew because he spent so much time with him, and as a, you know, watching him run the company and kind of getting to see what that's like, and the fact that he is an engineer, it's motivated Caleb. Like Caleb has started looking at schools because he's a junior, and so he was looking at Embry-Riddle for UAV, right, Bubby? And my hope is that he does take that path of getting educated, to refine his skills in that area, particularly UAV. He's very intelligent, and I think it would only elevate his journey, I think, to know some of the dynamics a little bit deeper than what he does now with the tinkering and all that. I mean, it's more than tinkering. I don't want to downplay what it is that you guys do or what he does, but I just think it would be nice to see him take that journey and see where it leads. But I see him working in, I don't know. I see him staying in this industry somehow because, our family, we just have a love for it. And so I feel like that creates a motivation to want to be involved with the community. So, I don't know.
And-
I want him to do what makes him happy for sure, but I want him to, I don't know. He seems like he's thriving, so I'd like to see him continue down that path.
I'm just seeing.
What is
Optimize says, how many times has Bubby schooled Drew on a flying spot now?
I mean, the last spot was supposed to be a competition and didn't turn out that way.
that bando. We filmed the whole thing. We're like, it's a bando battle, and after he edited, he's like, it's not good enough. So
he conceded before he conceded. Yeah, he conceded before he even saw Bubby, so he already knew he didn't love his flight video. It had nothing to do with like, oh, I saw Bubby's, his is better. It wasn't like that. It was just that he knew he didn't get what he wanted to get, and so they didn't do it. But I thought that would have been fun to see, because they fly so similarly. It would have been fun to see that, but I don't know. Yeah.
I think it's good though because you'll push him too, right? Because you're advancing so quickly and you are very good, even though you're not going to admit it and you're being super humble and like modest about everything. You're very good. The fact that Drew is feeling, not insignificant or insuperior to you in any way, but just challenged by you, that should really make you feel good.
Yeah, that's cool. Like, he's someone like I look up to him like so much. Like I don't think I'll ever say that I'm better than him just because he's like my favorite pilot. Yeah.
He pushes Caleb too. Like he will tell Caleb things that no one else will. Like if Caleb doesn't really show Drew his videos really much before he posts anything. Like I don't know, maybe he's only done it a few times, but if he does and Drew has a comment of how he could make it better, he'll tell him. And I love it because not a lot of people will notice the nuances that will help push him to be better, and everybody needs a mentor like that, and whether they say Caleb has surpassed Drew or not, Drew has a maturity to him, not just in flight, but just in everything. So with this journey, and he helps, he's mentored Caleb, so it's nice. I appreciate that.
So how about FPV Mama here? How are you gonna start flying FPV a bit more?
Yeah, I love it. I've got this drone, and I brought it here. It's going to be my first time flying it. Caleb doesn't want me to try long range, but I was told that if I like lose connection, it's just gonna come home. And so I'm gonna test that here. But
We haven't
I'm,
tested that, and we need the drone for something. So don't test it
Oh,
there.
man.
I was given permission to do it. So you know,
I'm sorry.
it's
I
my
don't mean to
drone.
laugh. He's
It's
so
my drone.
joking.
But yeah, I mean, Caleb's not allowed to fly it really because I'm afraid he's gonna break it, but he's afraid I'm gonna
Probably
lose it.
I mean, I won't break it. Like it
You
will still
will break it.
it'll be flyable still.
Well, yeah, no. So I don't know that I'm gonna like post videos. That seems like it takes a lot of time, and I won't. I would never. Caleb doesn't have time to edit things for me, and I don't really have the time to learn a new skill. But maybe I don't know. I don't plan on it. Maybe just for fun, we'll post something every now and then. But I just like flying because I don't know, it's just fun.
I have a challenge
exciting.
for you too. In 1 year from now, because we'll have the show, 1 year from now, you two need to play a game of quad against each other.
I wonder who'll win. Oh, I wonder who'll win.
You know what? If she tries hard for a year,
Oh.
she might actually be good. Like, you're pretty cocky about it when it comes to your mom, but I think you're underestimating her.
Yeah, I
sounded
did
like a
pretty good on
challenge.
my first flight. You saw it. I went through a gap like in 45 minutes.
That's amazing, though, honestly. Some
Oh
of them
no,
can't
in
do
mode
that.
1, I mean, you can't really. Well, you can,
See?
but
People want to see that game of quad. Come on.
Yep,
I'm giving her
yep.
a year to learn and get caught up more. It's not going to be extreme. It'll be a game of quad. So it could be like Power Loop Maddie. Like, just because you can do it doesn't mean you won't have an off day, Bubby. You never know.
Let's set it now. Wednesday, March 24th, 2022, I'll be posting a game of quad video with my mom.
I'm going to hold you to it. I'm definitely going to make a reminder. Actually, I'm going to put it in my phone right now.
Probably
Oh my
gonna do
gosh.
that too. Again.
I just have a goal. I really want to learn how to do like a power loop. I don't know why. I just feel like it would feel really fun to do that. But Caleb tells me not to try it with that drone, that he wants me to try it with his drone because I will crash trying to learn it. So maybe I'll try that with like the more durable drone and then do it with mine. I don't know. That's a goal. I want to learn how to power loop. That's it.
Okay. I'm setting it up. There.
Yeah.
After you learn
March.
the power
I did
loop,
it for March 22nd. It's not
Cool.
going to load there.
Cool. Just
So
remind
you will be
forget.
reminded.
Reminded. Yeah.
Loop all the things.
Yeah, Chad says loop it all.
I'm going back to the psych bando in New York, and I'm going to power loop that.
Oh, I want to go there.
That'd be amazing. So
I wanna go there.
I want you guys to do that though when the COVID restrictions lift, because New York's like a couple hours for me. So like we want to fly with you guys. We want to go to the US so bad, and we're just stuck up here. It's stupid. But I definitely want to fly with you guys if you go to New York, because that's close. Like that's an easy access for us.
Yeah, I mean, we go to New York often, so it's good to know you're close by. So we go at least once or twice a year, so can make that happen.
Well, and you're always invited to come to Canada when things settle down too. You're not going to want to come with this stupid COVID stuff, but our laws are a lot nicer when it comes to drones. So I'm sure if you guys came up here and like made a week trip, there's tons of people up here that would fly with you guys and help you find some really cool spots, whether it's bandos or barndos or more cinematic. And I mean, Quebec has some crazy good mountains for flying. So there's a lot of options not too far from the New York border even.
Yeah.
Broccoli says they'll smuggle me in. Man, I wish. Like, Chronix and I want to move to the U.S. so bad. It's ridiculous at this point. And thank you, Drib. Yes, I did wear my Rotor Riot shirt. I thought Bubby might be wearing one of his shirts or his Rotor Riot shirt. So I was like, I better dress
What are
for
you
the
wearing?
fun.
I totally forgot to. I'm wearing the animalistic shirt. I totally forgot to. I was just like,
That's
oh yeah.
random. That's a random choice. I bet it's what's clean. Because I'm not
Oh my
there.
God, finally Drib is like, let's rip Canada. Like, if you guys come up next year, Chronix and I should have a house. We will put you guys up for sure. Come fly. We'll make an amazing trip out of it. And I cook food. If you ask the prop nuts, I actually like to cook. So normally, like spring, summer, when we fly, I actually make them food. So people crash here, they get fed well, like steaks and stuff, not just like pasta and easy things. Like we're talking food. So
Oh man, I want
She
in
used
on
to
that
send me
trip.
pictures. She used
you
to
are
send me
in.
pictures.
Yeah,
of
you
the food that they
send
would
Jake
make.
pictures and
And
be
I'd
like,
be
look
so
what I made you guys. I love it. I really hope you and Drib and anyone else that can make it comes up this way. I wish we could do a Canada like event, like a Rampage style. I know a lot of people have been asking Drib about a Canadian Rotor Riot division or a Canadian, Rampage like option. So maybe now that he's in here, maybe he'll take that into thought. Nanoshock says, I'm in Rochester. I have a farm we can fly and we can do bandos. So yeah, there's tons of options in this area.
Rampage in Canada. That's interesting. That would be.
There's a lot of people up here, right? And it's just stupid because it's so hard for us to get down there, honestly. Like especially for the last like year now, it's pretty much impossible. Because we have to quarantine when we go to the US, right? I think that's your guys' rule. Is anyone coming in quarantine?
I don't know.
I have no idea.
Depends on where you're at, because like here, there's no quarantining.
See, yeah, my understanding is you quarantine in New York, and then we quarantine also when we come back from the US. You have to quarantine a week. So any trip you take, you have to add a week to it.
Oh,
so
wow.
it's like impossible to get the time off, right?
Yeah.
Drib says no bridges. That's funny.
Because you got in trouble before with bridges.
Did you not hear about that one? So
a long time ago. I didn't know about that until they told me.
Yeah, it was a long time ago, and apparently they were flying the border bridge, is my understanding. So between the US and Canada somewhere, and someone snitched or cried or whatever, and they got a ticket, and it was all resolved. Everything was resolved, but yeah, they had issues for that for a little while. But it was a good video, apparently. I honestly didn't even get to see it because I got into drones after it happened.
It was good. I think Umagod still had it or something like that. I'm not sure.
Broccoli's like, I'm going to rent a boat and I'm going to meet you in Lake Erie and then I'll be your coyote. There's no quarantine if you smuggle. So he'll just stuff us in a boat with all our drones.
There's the plan right there.
So I got a legit question for your flying here. So looking at, for instance, that office building that you fly at pretty frequently with the garage and all that stuff, I'm noticing that you're flying backwards a ton. And I'm not gonna lie, like, how are you getting some of that footage? Are you just guessing? Are you just accidentally doing some of this? Or is it like you're calculating where these things are going?
Usually my backward stuff is intentional, and like I try to go backwards where there's not like a big obstruction in the way. So I just like don't even have to think about hitting something, if that makes sense.
Let me see if I can find this one. It'll take me a second, but I was just watching it a few minutes ago. Where'd it go?
It might have been in dive. That one had some backward stuff in there.
Yeah, he had this back one where he re-entered in, and I asked him too. I was like, "How did you know?" And he's like, "If you notice in the top corner, you could kind of see what's there." And I'm like, "You're aware of that tiny little, indicator that you can go through?" And yeah, he is. But the dive one, I think
it's called dive. It's that video that does some backward stuff.
Right there.
No, it had like it was like at a park. I was just watching it a few minutes ago.
Well, Jake's looking. Drib wants to know, how are you going to top your 100% flow video?
I'm going to break some more stuff. That's how it's going to happen.
Try to kickstart.
That was funny too, actually. Do you want to explain that for people that don't know what we're talking about with the kickstart?
Oh. What about it? Oh, basically there's a bunch of magnetic stand in my motors, and we were at like 20 minutes left there, and I'm like, I got to keep flying. And then I think Drew had the idea to kickstart the motor, because you can kickstart it and just keep it armed and it'll just keep spinning or something like that. And we just tried that, but it didn't work.
We were trying to just get one more flight in, Well, I don't know if that's unlucky to say, but whatever. That's what they were trying to do.
I think it's only bad luck if you're like, it's last pack, and then you go for it. Then you're doomed.
There you go.
Yeah.
Super wants to know what your GoPro count is up to, as in, I guess, how many murdered GoPros do you have?
I don't know. We got to check the Best Buy thing. I'm thinking at least 15.
Are you
Yeah.
competing with like cricket? Like, are you and him in a competition for who gets
I
the
am
most GoPro
nowhere
returns?
I'm nowhere near him. I'm pretty sure he's over 200. I just started using Best Buy warranty plan in August, so 15-ish from then. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. The
Does their
new
warranty plan actually work?
Drew's
still?
saying don't answer.
Yeah, Drew's like, don't even tell him.
Don't even answer. It's not that bad. It's really not that bad. Although when we went to the Psych Bando, that one that had that epic video that went crazy at first, he broke too, and like I don't know, we had to do a Best Buy run in within an hour of being there, and we brought 2 brand new GoPros and was able to get 2
Never
new that would have, yeah.
But like so now, like with the whole Best Buy thing, where you have to ship the GoPro in, you can't just go in there and get another one. It's like there's Erod. He has this super duper protective mount for it, which I've been using now, and I have not been breaking as many GoPros as that thing. So
Good.
because like I care about them more now that I can't just walk into Best Buy and get another one. It's usually like a week, or the fastest I had was 3 days to get another GoPro. But like still,
Yeah.
that's like I need GoPros.
I think I found it, but I got to get it to the part.
All right.
They're saying that Drew is Daddy Flo and Bubby's brother Flo.
Oh my
There's a
God.
bunch of
Okay.
people saying he's Daddy Flo. That's
Those
so
are all-
funny.
Those are all my Young Ripper friends. We have this thing where he's Daddy Flo in the Young Rippers.
That's awesome. That's hilarious.
Does Drew even know that?
I don't think now he does.
Now he does.
He said yes, so he seems excited.
That's funny.
Yeah, and I'm
But
bummed.
so funny.
Mihop says some of the Best Buys, everyone, the chat's going so fast, but yeah, Mihop says some of the Best Buys will still let you do in-house exchange. So maybe it's something to look into when you're traveling. If you're in an area that maybe their Best Buy will do it faster for you.
If I have broken GoPros, yeah. But
When
Yeah.
we were in New York, there was a bunch of guys that also went to Best Buy, and they were not able to do that quick swap. But for some reason, when I went, I was able to do 2. But I did tell them I was from California, so maybe there's something to that. I don't know. Probably
The
save
Young
them money.
Rippers, Drew said, yeah.
yeah, Young Rippers.
So
I mean,
we've only got about, my math is off, but I'm thinking 16-ish, 17 minutes right now, because we got to let FPV Mama get back to Hawaii over there. I'm so jealous that you're in Hawaii. I really hope you get some amazing flights. Don't listen to Bubby. Go fly. You're only going to get this chance once. Who cares? Drones are replaceable, right?
He's just jealous.
Yeah, it'll be fun. I'm looking forward to finding some spots. I almost got hooked up with somebody that was traveling here to do FPV flying and going to some crazy spots, but he's on another island, so that didn't work out. But I don't mind putzing around by myself and figuring it out.
I
It'll be
invited you to a Facebook group today, Stacy. I don't know if you saw. It's
I didn't.
women who drone. So I
Oh.
think there's actually a couple women in Hawaii who fly drones.
Okay.
In that group, but it's for women only, and it's like insane the amount of drones and ladies there really are in the industry. It's just most people hide from the groups because it's, you've seen, right? A little bit crazy.
Yeah.
Van says he's got family in
I'll
Hawaii.
check that out. I didn't notice that. I wasn't really there too much, but there's another group that I'm on. It's called Babes with Drones. They're fun. So it's a smaller group. I don't know if anybody's in Hawaii, but I'll check the one that you mentioned. That would be pretty cool.
It's always more fun flying with others. Bubby, before you met up with like all these other people, did you always fly alone, or did you kind of always have someone to fly with?
I'm usually flying by myself.
Yeah.
Did you find it like, do you like it better now with people, or do you still like sometimes to just fly alone?
I haven't had the opportunity to really fly by myself lately, but like I do want to just go to like an epic spot just by myself, just to fly as many packs as I can, because like I love hanging out with people and stuff, but sometimes I just want to fly.
Do you find it harder to get into that flow state you were talking about when you're flying with other people?
Not really. I mean, it depends, like, what the vibe of the day is. Like, if the vibe of the day is, like, everyone's motivated to get packs up, then, yeah, I'll get some better flying in. But if it's just, like, just hanging out with friends, usually, yeah.
Have you got any of your friends into the hobby? Like, friends that actually live near you?
No, I have not.
Have you talked to them about it and they're just not interested, or have you just not had the chance to talk about it yet?
Yeah, they know about my drones, but I don't know. They think it's all that cool.
Do they
Unless,
see you
like,
as
Caleb
YouTube
doesn't share.
A lot
famous?
of my friends are the same way.
He shares his stuff, but he doesn't talk like he doesn't. They have his best friends don't even really know much about all of this. They have no idea that he is like this good or has any kind of following because Caleb doesn't talk about it.
I think when I
So-
tell them that I'm really like when I tell them that I'm good, they're just like, "Oh yeah, you're really good." And I'm like, "I am."
They're like, please just watch a video. Like, I'll
No,
prove
but
it.
even when they watch videos, they don't know. They're like, "Oh, I'm dizzy," like
Yeah, they
they
don't get it.
They don't get it, So, yeah, it's like, "Oh, that's cool." They don't really understand, So
Kudos to you, man, for sure.
Broken wanted to know if you guys are still going to WCT.
What's that?
What's that?
West Coast Throwdown.
Oh,
Oh,
in Oregon. Yeah, I think we're still planning on going to that. And somebody asked earlier if we're going to the Hills one. Oh my gosh, Freedom Hills. And yes, we definitely are next month. And then definitely Rampage for sure in May.
So-
And then August, yeah. August is the West Coast Throwdown. Is who asked that? Who's going to be there? Was that?
direct.
We'll see
know
if any
what?
of them. It was Broken Sky who asked.
One of the hardest things that I find because I go into lots of lives because they're interesting to me, I can never pair. I think I'm friends with some people on Facebook, but I can't ever pair their names with their pilot names. Half the time I don't know if we know each other or not when we're engaging. So
How did you go from like supporting your son and kind of dabbling now with the hobby to running Rampage and helping Drew take care of all of the organization of a big drone event?
I think, we just ended up spending so much time together because we're out there. We've gotten out there a lot since, I guess, what is it, August? I don't even know how many times we've gone out there to film. And then, you just like, I have a skill set. I saw a need. You just get to talking. He's like, I've been wanting to do Rampage. We want to do an event. And it kind of was a passion project that became more than that for me. So we work well together. And so he just brought me on to deal with Rampage and I'm just having so much fun with it. I think a lot of it is because of how much support we're getting and how many amazing things have happened to make this happen. I mean, I can't tell you how amazing this event is going to be. It is just like, if you just knew all the things that we've been working on,
Oh,
it's crazy. It is crazy. It's
The fact that everyone's getting a lipo is pretty amazing. Like, I have never heard of that happening
And they're
anywhere.
NHL. They're good lipos.
They're great. Everyone's getting a lipo. Everybody's getting props. We got 1,000 props from HQ. We got 1,000 props from GemFan. We've got, it's just gonna be like the swag bags are gonna be so amazing. We just have, and then we're doing. I'm excited about. We're doing a private screening of Flow State, which is fun. We're
That's
gonna have
cool.
there's a brand new product that I don't know if you remember that Z-Tag episode on Rotor Riot where basically they jimmy rigged laser tag system and put them on drones and they kind of had fun with it, but it wasn't really made for it. Well, as a result of that, Z-Tag basically made a product for drones, and we're gonna have we're going to get to try it at their sponsor. We're going to get to try it at Rampage, and it's going to be so much fun. Caleb has already got to play with it, and it's just fun. It's just like an activity with a drone, like chasing and tagging.
FP Drew was like, that's why I can't get lipos, because you guys have them all.
Okay.
And
I mean, it's
Brian
you can
wanted
get
to
lipo.
know if they're going to be charged all ready to go when you hand them out.
I doubt.
Probably not, but
Safe.
we do have a charging sponsor with Reliant. I don't know if Chai Woodruff is in here, but Reliant has some charging stations, and there'll be a charging room and build repair room. So there's not going to be any problems with charging. But yeah, so you might have to charge the battery, but
That's pretty amazing, though. It sounds like the swag is going to be unreal.
Can we watch this one part? I'm completely mesmerized by Bubby's flying. This, I don't know if you guys heard that. I almost puked when I saw this. But
Is this the first time you're watching his flights?
This one, yeah. I've watched a few of them, but like, this is insane.
Jake's a slacker, man.
The exit on this is absolutely outstanding. Oh, where'd it go? What?
Oh.
You probably went to the one at the end. There's one right in the beginning that you're probably.
I think he's talking about where you almost hit the light pole, maybe.
Yeah, you were so stupid close. Right there. Okay.
Yeah.
That's funny. So while we were there, my good friend Chai, he was flying too, and he said, "Whoa, light pole!" And then I was like, "What are you talking about?" Then basically like 10 seconds after, I was like, "Whoa, light pole!" And that was like, I didn't mean to get that close, but yeah.
Yeah, that was.
So Jake, have you seen the dive from the 100% Bubby flow one? Like that little tiny hole that had this pipe in it that I don't know how he got through that.
It was stupid. Like he like goes up and just goes bloop, and straight through.
If you go to what's the marker, Bubs? Do you remember?
It wasn't that far in, was it? Like wasn't it in the first like quarter?
Yeah, it wasn't that far in. I think it's coming up actually. Oh. Oof. Caleb, can you guide us a little where we're going? How far in?
I think it's like a minute later than this, potentially. I don't know the timestamp exactly.
It's hard to remember when you do so many edits too, I'm sure. Like I know I don't remember where any of my stuff is.
All these cool bandos and stuff like that. I don't have any of this in Montana.
I don't either.
Here
Drib's got some good quotes on you today.
That's funny. Yeah, I think it's coming up.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit later, actually.
Bro, yeah, I'd be so nervous. Ugh.
So we have a spot similar kind of to that. It's a little even less iron and more gaps. No, can't even come close to what you're doing. Not a chance. Like I go in there and I'm like, oh yeah, I've got tons of room to power loop, and then I smack the friggin' iron and fall to the floor, and that's it.
The timing on this exit is freaking ridiculous. I don't know if you're speeding up and slowing down, but that's ridiculous.
I don't speed up or slow down any of my foot. I don't speed ramp. So that's
my favorite move right there. Right there. Every time I see that, I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so crazy. That's my favorite. Everybody likes to dive through that gap, and this is my favorite. Right. Wait, where do we go? I think it's coming. Not that. Yeah, here we go. Right here. I don't know why. It feels like a swing. I love it. It's so awesome. He was so close, and then he went backwards and then went down so close.
My jealousy tells me to hate you.
What?
My jealousy tells me to hate you, but you're freaking good, man.
I think it's coming. I want you to see Jake.
We have to end with this dive because it's a dirty dive. Like, yeah, I would say you maybe go full screen with this because, like, it's the craziest.
It's really soon. Like,
yeah, it's coming up. Here we go.
This clip? Yeah, this line.
I think so.
Line, yeah, it's in this line.
Oh my gosh. Okay, here we go. Yeah, it's right here. Oh my gosh. Oh.
Look he saw it and then he goes in for
it. If you pause it, you see the pipe. There is a pipe there.
Rewind that. Go back. He literally like flies over. He's like, oh, there's a hole in the roof. Floop, bloop, and just goes right through. It's insane.
Right. I mean, it's crazy. It's just crazy.
So that gap, so me and B-Rad, he took me on a tour of the spot before. And then I was like, is that a gap up there? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, that's my goal today. So what I was trying to do was I was trying to come out the back door and power loop up and then dive straight into it. But like, you can probably see a little bit of hesitation. Like I didn't mean to just, like, it just ended up happening that way. Like I meant to go out the back door, immediately power loop and go straight through, but it just didn't happen.
Honestly, the way you made it look, so here it looks like you just spotted the hole. And then you're like, I guess I should hit that. And you just fucking roll back and go straight through it out of nowhere. Like, that's how it came across, honestly.
I full on quit. You're
It's like whether he planned it or not, it's so crazy. I look at that every time. I'm like, how? I don't know. It's just the
I
fact
don't
that
get
he.
it. It's
Yeah.
insane.
well, I can tell it's like maybe a 3-4 foot gap there.
Yeah,
With
it's pretty.
That there would
With
be
a
so
bar,
much hesitation
a pipe
for
in
me
it.
right there.
With
Yeah,
a pipe.
absolutely.
And he's flying super fast, so he can't even see it when he comes into the hole.
That was probably the scariest thing, like, because it's just one level, so like I had to be full throttle, like right at the bottom. Like you see a little not smooth little bump there, but
I
just
see
like,
that. I see that right there because like you're
Yeah.
basically looking up at the ceiling. It looks like you flinched back and to the right a little bit.
Yeah.
Because I
How
did
many
the same
times?
thing.
How many misses did you have? Like, how many takes was that?
So I dove it once before, just a normal dive, but it wasn't in a line, so I'm not gonna post it. But 8, I don't know the exact number, but it was pretty high up there. It's a pretty high number.
I feel like that's what I love because I get to hear and see Caleb's thought process, and I love how he keeps his cool when he does these crazy things because in his mind he's like, I want to get a line, I want to finish a line. He knows he won't post it if he just gets like a cool trick, but it's not part of a line. So I just always love how he keeps his composure because I'm standing there watching him. Half the time I have no idea that he did anything cool until I see the video posted on YouTube because he's so calm, cool, and collected when he's flying. And I'm like, did you get anything? Because he's not very emotional. So then I see the video and I'm like, I didn't see that coming.
I know I said when I dove that, I said I hit the dive. I know I said that for sure. Like that's a
Yeah,
memory.
but even that it would be just like that. He said, I hit the dive. I mean, and that's it.
Yeah,
There's
no
like,
emotion. You're not like, oh
celebration.
my god, I did it. You're just like, oh, I hit it. Like,
Right.
yeah, whatever. I know I did it. Yeah.
No. It's not
Do you
it's
ever
just
fall
like-
over? Just fall over after you do something.
So I think I wasn't freaking out. I probably freaked out after I landed, but like my thinking is like I can't freak out now because if I don't finish the line, then the trick doesn't matter. So like I finish the line after, then I can freak out. Yeah.
So, do you still get like the jitters and like your adrenaline pumping when you're doing this stuff, or are you just so focused now on the task that you have at hand that you're not quite getting that adrenaline anymore?
Talking about like when I'm flying.
Do
Yeah.
you get the shakes? Like
I
when
mean,
you're
it-
done with a pack, do you get the shakes?
Yeah, like sometimes we'll stop a pack and we're all like, and you're literally like vibrating with that adrenaline, right?
I think, well, like when I do freestyle, like not really, but like the monster truck event that we did with Rotorite, like, oh yeah, like that was the coolest thing I've done by far. Like I was landing, I was like, that is so cool. And I was like, I was watching my GoPro footage before the event was even over. Like I should have been flying more.
Have you flown over water at all yet?
I have. I posted a
got in
video.
trouble for that too.
Posted a video on my channel called Magic, and it's like I was chasing some birds, so I got like a little bit of hate for that.
Oh yeah.
Back on that, I should not have gotten close to those birds. So like I understand that what I did was not good, but
Everyone makes mistakes though.
yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like I just
Where
won't
is
do it
this
again. Like I know this is in Pismo Beach, California. So
We took a trip down the California coastline, which if you've never done that, it's gorgeous. And there was a lot of bird shots in this actually that were really cool. I don't know if that's one of them. No, this
There
isn't
was-
even like there. He got you'll see that he got pretty close to some birds, and I could understand why some people were. Again, it's all learning for both of us. We didn't know that it was not nice to fly with birds until we were,
yeah, like when I was doing it, I was like, oh, this is gonna be a cool shot. Like I didn't even think about the fact that like I don't know, because I just didn't think I'd hit a bird, and I didn't hit a bird. No birds were injured. But, like, yeah,
And some of
That's
them were not
cool.
even
That is
bothered.
freaking cool.
this
I
I
And then
think
don't
watch this.
I don't care
This
what
is
anybody says. That is freaking cool.
that's what I was thinking. I was like, this is cool, but I
And
just
then he
hope-
finds another one, and chases it.
I just was like, hopefully I don't
He's
scare
not
the
really
bird.
chasing. He's kind of just following because they're doing their own thing. He's just going with it.
Yeah,
Yeah. But people made good points. They're like, we do not need in this hobby like animal people getting upset about, and like another thing to be upset with, FPV about. So I agreed with that. I thought it's better to be responsible. But I like that he got to do that. It was fun to watch.
Yeah. I was actually flying, so our hotel was like on top of like a cliff and our window was facing outward. So I was just flying from the room. Like it was perfect. Like I want to go back to that room just to fly the ocean again.
That's
That's
amazing. Sorry, my cats are not leaving me alone. They're like, it's food time. We ate early today. Feed us. So like they demand to be on the show. Like this is the second one that's just laid on me. So I apologize, chat, because I can't really use a keyboard with the cat. Actually, here, I'll rest it on him. All right, guys. Well, thank you. You're mind-boggling, Bubby. And I don't know how much you appreciate your mom or not, but I think you need to really appreciate your mom, because there is no other mom like her in the hobby that we're seeing, other than maybe Vanny's mom. Because Vanny's mom is super supportive of him. I know that. But other than her, your mom is like the only mom I've heard of. Yeah. And she's always involved in everything. And she's always like so positive and happy. And man, she is your hype woman. Like she's the best hype woman you are ever going to have.
Yeah.
She's promoting you like crazy.
Yeah.
And honestly, Stacy, like, thank you for just believing in him, because it's so easy for parents to be like, no, we're not investing in this crazy expensive hobby where you can burn my house down. Like, no, but you're taking the chance on him and it's paying off. And you can see that because you're encouraging him. Like you can see how well he's doing. So thank you for like taking the chance with him.
I mean, really, what's not to love about it though? You know, I mean, you've got kids going outside flying instead of gaming. Not that there's anything wrong with gaming. My daughter's a gamer.
Yeah, I get you. Don't worry.
Yeah, but you know, and even just the building and just there's creativity, there's edginess, it's just wonderful. I mean, I wish more people knew about it. You know, I wish more kids were into it. I think there would be a lot. I just think it'd be greater for the community at large if more people were into FPV.
I agree. I'm just seeing here. Yeah, Ashley Ann says you're the best. Colin Pinard says your mom is awesome. Mogi says that she's going to steal Bubby's thunder when you find out all your pilot skills are in the genetics. See, a game of quad a year from now between you two. I'm serious. We'll be looking for that video. But thank you so much for coming on tonight, guys. We really, really appreciate it. Anyone that's watching, we've got 32 of you. Thank you so much for hanging out. Please hit that subscribe and that bell. I don't actually know who our next guest is. We haven't booked them yet. I know who the one after that is, but we do have a vacancy for 2 weeks from now. So if you have any ideas or someone you'd recommend that you think would be great to come on the show, send us a message on Facebook or Discord or Instagram or just any way that you feel comfortable reaching us. Jake, do you have any final words, sir?
I'm super sorry that my computer's being ridiculous and that you couldn't see the facial expression when I almost vomit to that.
I just wanted to know what you were eating, because normally you're eating something on your show.
He was at the start.
It was sweet and sour chicken rice.
Yum.
So
I love that you start with eating always. It's funny.
He's always eating on the start of the
honestly,
show.
it started out that started completely ironically, and then it just kind
now
of
it's a
stuck.
thing.
Now it's a thing.
Yeah.
So.
But thank you guys so much. Thank you everyone for coming. Check out Bubby's channel. It is linked in the description below. So it's easy to find, no excuses. Although if you type Bubby FPV in Google, he comes up. It's very simple to find him. So make sure you check out some of his other videos. And again, thank you guys so much for joining us. We really, really appreciate it, and appreciate, Bubby taking the time before a flight and Stacy taking the time while she's on vacation. So thank you guys.
Maddie flip.
I think we're gonna play it out. We'll play some of this video to end the stream here.
I got to go back to that part though.
Yeah, we'll end with this, guys. We'll end with the Maddie.
Is that the back with a
Segmento?
Oh,
They're taking this place down soon, so I got to go back there.
Oh man,
that's depressing. Why are they taking it down?
Here it is.
Oh,
that's
that was
sick.
so pretty.
That was awesome. Thank you all for hanging out with us. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday night.
Thank you for having us.
Soon.
Having us, yeah.
Fun.
Night,
Thanks, guys.
Good night.